Hi. So last weekend, a few of us went to a vocal workshop run by Deanna Stambridge, and it was really, really good. We had some time thinking about vocal technique, and then the afternoon was spent doing some harmonies. And most of my videos are about harmonies, but I thought I'd do one today on vocal technique. You may have heard of the terms head voice and chest voice. I don't know if you've heard of them. So if you want to find your chest voice, put your hands here and just go hum, quite low in your range, hum, and you should feel a lot of vibration here. Your chest voice tends to be, it's your lower register, and it tends to be the same kind of pitch as you speak. So I'm speaking and I'm singing, and it's not very different to how I'm speaking. So it should be quite easy to sing in your chest voice. You should get quite a bit of power and resonance. So if we start on an A and just do some half scales on R, you can hear there's quite a bit of power there. It's quite easy. I'm not having to try very hard. So just do a few with me. Okay, so if yours are sounding like they've got good power, great. Occasionally people might have a bit of a weak chest voice and it might sound a bit breathy, so it might sound like can you hear there's more air coming out? If yours is sounding a bit like that, you need to get a bit more oomph. You need to kind of try and get a bit more resonance. So one good exercise that we learned for that was singing ma 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 ma. So I hope that's helpful. That's your chest voice. Then for women, when you get to about an A to a B, you tend to flip over and start using head voice. So head voice is much higher. It's if you go ooh, ooh. Okay, that's your head voice. I'm just going to warm it up. So one of the best things to do to mix your head voice with your chest voice is descending scales. We're going to start on a C and go down like that on an E. Can you hear? Up here I'm in my head voice. By the time I get here I'm in my chest voice, so it's going right over my break. If you're a guy listening to this, your break will be in a different place. It'll probably be something like in that kind of range. But I'm just going to go back to the female key for a few of them, and then we'll get higher. So. So it's kind of harder for me to control up here. So now if you're a guy and you're singing an octave below me, you're going to start getting near your break now. I'll do one more. Okay, that's about as high as I can comfortably go. So you can hear the difference between head voice and chest voice. If you find it hard to sing in your head voice, which a lot of us ladies do, then a good exercise we learnt is on the sound foo. So we'll go, let's start here. Foo, 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 foo. So it's quite a soft sound, foo. And so try and keep that soft sound as we go down. Foo, 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 foo. Foo, 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 foo. Foo, 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 exercise to do is just the lip buds that I did at the beginning, just to go all the way through your range. So yeah. So how does this kind of work in practice? One of the things that I find is that I often choose keys for songs that mean that I'm singing completely in my chest voice, so I'm not having to try very hard, which means that then I don't use my head voice, and so I don't practice using my head voice, and it doesn't get any better. So an example, let's do Holy Spirit, You're Welcome Here. Most women would do it in the key of D, and the highest note you're going to get to is a G, which isn't very difficult to sing in a chest voice. So I'm not going to be using my head voice hardly at all in this. Okay, you ready? Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Cool. So that's a nice easy key for women to sing in. The problem is that a lot of the guys in the congregation, when they're singing it an octave lower, will be singing right at the bottom of their range, and they can't give it any power. So it's not necessarily the most fun key for them to sing in. So I wonder what would happen if we took it a little bit higher, think about the men in the congregation, and try and mix our voice a little bit. So I'm going to go up to E. Let's see what happens here. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. So the highest note there was actually only an A. So it's really not that difficult to sing for women in E. So I think we should all stop doing it in D and at least try and do it in E, and the guys in the congregation will thank us. What if I go to F sharp? And this is going to be a bit trickier. There are a few ways I could do it. I could go really into my head voice and sing quite breathy. So, Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Which is, I might want to do that, but it lacks a bit of power. I could belt it, which wouldn't go with the song. So belting is a kind of shouty singing. So imagine going, hey, hey, that kind of sound. So this is belting. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. It doesn't go with the song. So I wouldn't do that. So what I want to do is somewhere in between that. I want to try and mix my head and my chest voice. So we go. Holy Spirit, you are welcome here. Come flood this place and fill the atmosphere. Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for. To be overcome by your presence, Lord. Yeah, so that was quite hard work, and I probably wouldn't pick that key for leading worship because it would be quite hard to sustain 2 services like that. But if I was just singing one service, maybe a worship night, and I wanted the congregation to be really with me, maybe that would be a good key. I could do it for one service, and then the guys would be able to sing in a much more comfortable part of their register. So I'd encourage you to have a go. Most of you at Riverside have worshipteam.com, so you can select keys for songs, select your usual key for any particular song. You can try Holy Spirit, sing it, and then just raise the key just a little bit, just maybe a semitone, maybe a tone, so from D to E flat, from E flat to E, and yeah, see how you get on with trying to mix your head voice into your chest voice.